Welcome to the definitive guide to targeting and audiences on Facebook. Everything that you're going to need to understand so that you know what audiences to use, why to use them, how they work, why maybe things that other people say you should do isn't actually a good idea for you. And ultimately, let's get down to understand how best to use this amazing technology for your benefit. How you can use Facebook, the world's greatest market research and intent creation device, to scale your business so that you can begin to more confidently achieve your dreams, create jobs, create wealth and independence. This is all the stuff that you 100% deserve. And one of the most important things that most people miss is understanding how Facebook ads actually work, especially when it comes down to who's going to see your ad and where you are going to spend your money. So let's dive into that. But first, I just want to say thank you. I know you could be literally anywhere on the internet right now, and you've chosen to spend your time here. If you're on YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe, ring the bell. If you have questions, comment below. If you're listening to the podcast, hey, go ahead and subscribe. Set it up for an auto download. You don't even have to listen, but it would help a lot if you did. And if you're watching this anywhere else and you have any other questions, do not be shy. Go ahead, reach out to me, comment, DM me. I'm wide open. I want to help you out. If you look down to the description below on YouTube too, you're going to see a huge article that covers every single little bit of this and links so that you can join the newsletter so you can get this type of information in your inbox delivered by me to you for free every single week. And if you want to really up your game and you're ready to make the investment in yourself to be one of the best in the world at this thing, check out the Facebook Ads MBA program. It's right below. Let's get started. So the first thing that we have to understand about targeting and audiences is how ads get shown. Now, one of the biggest misconceptions that I see is the idea that you need an audience to tell Facebook who to show the ad to, and that there's somehow this random distribution of where your ads get seen and who gets shown your ad. One of the biggest pain points, now, if you know anything about me, you know I'm a huge fan of broad targeting. And I get asked the question probably 3 times a day. Do I have the budget to go broad? I'm only spending $50 or $1,000 a day. I can't afford to do that. And my pain point, my response back to them is, do you have enough money to not do it? And really what it comes down to is people have this opinion that Facebook's going to randomly show ads to anybody within an audience. So if you're targeting broad in the United States, it might be over 200 million people. And that conception is, well, how much money am I going to have to spend for Facebook to learn out of this 200 million people who's actually going to see the ad? That's not how it works. It's not a random distribution within that audience. If your ad gets shown to 1,000 people and say 500 people liked that ad and 500 people hated it, the next 1,000 people that see your ad are going to look a lot like those people that liked the ad. That 500 that didn't like the ad, Facebook's not going to show your ad to more people that look like that either. Every ad actually makes its own look-alike audience based on how people receive your content. Because remember, Facebook's business objective is the retention of attention for profit. Their job is basically to make sure that people will stay on Facebook or Instagram for as long as possible and have the best experience. And what that really means is what they're focusing on is trying to make sure that your content gets seen by the people that most want to see it. Now, there's a lot of signals that Facebook uses to determine this information. Some of the most common ones that we know and we talk about all the time is estimated action rate. How likely is somebody to see this and take an action that Facebook deems as desirable? Like, comment, share, maybe watching the video. But there's also an element of But what happens after they click? If they go to the website and leave immediately, well, that's not good. And Facebook's less likely to show that your ad to somebody else that is likely to click on it and abandon right away. Or if they stick around for a really long time and maybe make a purchase or fire more pixel events, like add to carts, view content, and page you, or lead forms, etc. Well, Facebook is saying, well, this person, not only did they stay on the website for a while because they know how long you've been on the website, but they also really engaged. And then they came back to Facebook too and liked more stuff. Now that's after somebody gets shown your ad, and that's after they've engaged. But what about the people that have never seen you before? Facebook knows all the words that are on your website. Facebook also knows everything that's in the video that you're showing and all the words that are in the images. The AI is reading literally everything about your website, your content, your organic social, etc. Anything that it has access to. And based on that, they're going to use that information to decide who to show that ad to. So it might be the very first ad from a brand new ad account on a brand new Facebook page with brand new first dollar spent. That very first impression is actually a retargeting impression, because Facebook is choosing to show that ad to somebody based on previous information they have. And it doesn't have to necessarily be retargeting from you. Facebook might determine, well, this person's just in the market to buy some shoes right now. They've abandoned cart on 3 other websites that sell shoes that look and feel a lot like yours. And they've also engaged with a lot of content from a bunch of pages that look and feel like yours. And this person is using the same language that you are in their search results, based on the stuff that they're clicking on, because Facebook's on almost every single e-commerce website. They're also talking about it in their chats. They're watching the videos. They're commenting. They're sharing it. They're talking about it with their friends and family. They might have a history of buying that type of product, that food item, or maybe at the end of every summer, and when fall comes around, wow, this person's every time searching for a nice jacket. Maybe this person's just in market to buy a jacket at this time of year every single year. Or it's Black Friday. And every single year, somebody's just super excited about video games. Or maybe last year they were really searching for something for somebody that's 2 to 3 years old. And the year before that, they were searching about somebody who's 1 or 2 years old. And the year before that, they were buying stuff for newborn. Well, they know your kid's like 4 or 5 now. So why not show you that stuff? Back to school, holidays, Christmas. The point is, they know what's going on, because there's literally trillions of data points on every specific individual user. And why this is really important is because we have to understand that the detailed targeting that we see as users in the Facebook ads platform isn't telling Facebook where to show the ad. It's not actually what's happening. What's actually happening is you telling Facebook, I'm willing to pay extra to only let the ad be shown to people inside of this audience. Now, who it gets shown to in that audience is still completely dependent on all of those other factors. But let's say there's 80,000 people that would like to see your ad, but only 10,000 of them are in this interest group that you've selected. Are they the best 10,000? Maybe 200 of them are actually really good. And out of that 200, maybe 3 people are excited and actually going to buy. But because you're only targeting 10,000 out of the 80 that wanted to see it, maybe the other 300, 500, 1,000 purchases are in other groups or aren't in groups at all. And we'll dive into how lookalikes and interest groups work here in a second, because I don't think most people understand how they actually function. Because if you understood how it functioned, you probably would never use them again. But the point here is targeting audiences as we see them aren't ways to tell Facebook who to focus your ad to. It's a way of limiting Facebook from showing your ad to the people that want to see it based on other factors, and you pay a premium for this. Back in the day, Facebook used to show us, well, this interest group is going to raise your cost by 5% or 10% or double it. Now they don't. But the point here is, don't think of ads as random things that get shown to anybody inside of a detailed targeting audience. Instead, think of a detailed targeting audience as a way of paying more money to prevent the people that want to see your content from actually getting exposed to it at the cheapest cost. That's what's actually happening. And that's because of how it came about, because this technology predates the ad making the audience. And we'll dive into that in just a minute. I just want to make sure that we cover this. Ads do the targeting. Audiences don't. Audiences restrict where that ad can be shown. And unless that overlap pretty much only lets your ad being shown to the best people, then you are probably causing more harm than good that you're creating. If you have any questions about this stuff, please feel free to comment below. Check out the description below for the article that explains this in more detail. Sign up for the newsletter so you can get more information like this. And if you really want to take this kind of information to the next level, hey, below is the MBA program. There's a lot of other stuff. Please don't be shy. Check it all out. Share this with your friends. Let's dive into more good stuff.